welcome to my channel, STACYODESIGNS, where I talk about all things sublimation, design, easy subli, whatever. So thank you so much for watching, and please, if you enjoy my videos, go subscribe and follow, and you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. And if you're interested in the products that I use, you can use my code to get a discount for yourself, STACYODESIGNS. The website and the code is down in the description. So today I am really excited to use A-Sub products. When I first started sublimating, I did use A-Sub paper. And then over the course of time, I just tried out other ones and this and that, and I never wound up getting back to A-Sub. So I am now back to A-Sub paper. And not only that, I didn't even know, but they make ink. They make A-Sub ink to go with their A-Sub paper. So I said, this is awesome. It's very interesting that one company makes the paper and the ink. I have heard other companies doing this, but I had always I had all sorts of papers and I had a few different kinds of inks. So I just kept it. I didn't think to use this stuff. So today I'm going to show you what I created with them. So this is it upside down? No, this is a puzzle. This is a puzzle from a photograph, and it is amazing. This is a seatbelt. It goes like across your chest so like the seatbelt doesn't dig into you. And then I made this. And I'm kind of excited because I had never really had my own business shirt. So I made myself a business shirt. So why don't you come with me? I'm going to first show you how I set up my ink because it's a little bit different. This is the first time I've ever used an ink with a color profile. So I'm going to show you how I set it up and how I printed. Okay, so here are my designs that I'm going to use for the shirt and for the puzzle and the seatbelt holder. So you see, there's the fish, oops, there's the fish, the t-shirt, and the seatbelt holder. Right. So when I go to print it, same as always, I'm going to hit Control P. But now we're going to do something new in this print dialog box. I have my printer set to my Epson 7720 portrait. First, we're going to change it. It defaults to printer manages colors. We're going to change it to Photoshop manages colors. And then once you install the ICC profile, and it's just a matter of downloading it, right-clicking on it, and hitting install, and boop, it's going to install with all your other ICC profiles. When you click down, it'll be in this list. So when I downloaded it, it was just labeled A-Sub ICC. So I couldn't find it on this list, and I was going crazy, and I Googled where it could possibly have downloaded into. Once it unpacks itself, it is called this long-term Epson L8008 805 J Wink Jet, JW Inkjet. In any case, ... ICM. So that's what that's called. Then I go into my print settings and normally have all these things. My paper source, 8.5 by 11. I always print on premium presentation matte at high quality. Always do print preview. And then I come up here and I click on more options. And when I'm not using a profile, I go into this color correction section and I tweak all of the colors. So I did a little research on how to use an ICC profile. And basically what I found was if you use the profile, don't use the color adjustments. So that's how I printed all of these. There are no color adjustments whatsoever. So I still go into color correction, I click on custom, advanced, and then I go down here to no color adjustment. Normally what I do is I click color controls and I set it to Adobe RGB 2.2 and I bring up the brightness, contrast, and saturation and density. But when I'm using an ICC profile, I click on no color adjustments. And that's how I got all of these super vibrant colors. And then I just hit OK and then print. And it's going to come, I know, because, so if you see this, I set my artboard up at 8.5 by 11 and the paper is 8.5 by 11. So that's why it's saying it's going to cut off. It's not going to cut off. And that's why you do a print preview, so you can see. But I also wanted to show you, don't freak out when you see this, because there is some sort of ICC magic that happens when you hit print and Photoshop manages the colors. So even though it looks like this and it even prints out very, very light, you still get great colors. So just trust the process and keep going. Okay, so I'm just going to go and print and I will see you over at the press. Okay, so I have my prints that I've printed with my A-Sub ink. They're all on my A-Sub paper. This one is for the puzzle. This one is for the seatbelt holder, and this one is for a t-shirt. I think I'm going to do the puzzle first because I'm really excited about doing a puzzle. So here we are, it's still in the package. And I know somebody is going to ask me where I got this. I gotta tell you, I am not 100% sure. It could be Single J's, it could be Hellbound, or it could be Amazon. I've had them for quite a while. Get it out of the package without crumbling it. Okay, I'm just going to pre-press this. I have my heat press at 395. I'm just going to pre-press this for about 10 seconds. Okay, so to put this on there, goes transfer face down, but I am actually going to flip it and then flip it again back over. It's a little delicate, but not terrible. I don't think there's an up and down, just is what it is. Okay. And you see, I made it a little bit larger. I printed it a little bit larger than the puzzle, so I can see the border around it, and I know that I'm getting every spot. And I'll have no white spots on the puzzle. So something I find very interesting about this paper that I have not experienced in a while is that it's the first time I'm really using a specified color profile for my ink. And I've seen on Facebook groups and YouTube that people say my colors are off when I print, and everybody says, well, press it, press it, press it. This is the first time I've seen colors a little bit different than my screen. So I did do a few tests, not specifically with these images. So let's hope that we get some beautiful blues and some really good deep black colors. So that's really what I'm going for. So I'm going to press this at 395 for, I have it set to 60 seconds. I'm debating. I think I might do it to 50 seconds. So about halfway through, ooh, it's steaming. About halfway through, I decided I am going to do the 60 seconds since that's what was recommended. I just got a little nervous. It's very hot. I'll try not to do this without breaking the puzzle. I'm going to have to tear it. So that's very black. I like that. So by tearing it, I am being careful of the pieces on here. So I'm going to just zoom in for you. That is beautiful, beautiful blues. Try and get that glare away. So I think this is absolutely on point for color. And this was a really difficult image because this is a photo. It's not my photo, but this is a photo. So this was a really tough image to print. Photos are always really hard to print because of lighting, because of the camera used, whatever the issue is. Vectors are always easier. But this is absolutely beautiful, and I think this is going to be a super fun puzzle. Nice. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, next I'm going to do this seatbelt cover. I don't actually love these because neoprene is difficult to work with, but it does take ink really well. I'm going to tape this because I am indoors, but if you do neoprene and you have the opportunity to go run outside and hit it with some repositional adhesive spray, I would say go for that. This is the kind I use. I use by Loctite. There's lots of different companies that make it, but I absolutely hate using it because it just gets everywhere and on my fingers and I can't deal with it. So I'm gonna take a chance. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some paper down below. Figure out where to place this. So this goes on, figure about right there. So I'm gonna place this here. The other thing with neoprene, lint roll, it holds every single speck of dust. Lint roll, and then when you're done lint rolling and you have everything, lint roll again, because it will show every dust particle, every hair, everything. So I'm just taking this on here, placing it, I'm gonna press it open. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, you know I overdo it with tape because tape is way less expensive than messing up a substrate and having to do it again. So to me, a little extra tape is worth it. And I am going to decrease the pressure a little bit on my heat press. All right, I'm gonna do 395. Neoprene takes less time, so I am definitely only gonna do 50 seconds. So I'm going to do 395 for 50 seconds. So this is just how I wanted this. This is beautiful color. It's a nice light baby pink with some darker pink here. Her logo is perfect with variations of white, light pink, and dark pink. And if you don't know this organization, definitely go check out tiffsplace.org. She runs a handy capable facility in Orlando, specifically for people in wheelchairs. So the entire place is wheelchair accessible, and it's right near Disney, and it's a really good, worthwhile organization. All right, so now we have this one done. This was neoprene. So neoprene is also can coolers, wine bottle holders, anything like that with that squishy feel is neoprene. Okay, moving on to a shirt. Okay, so I have my shirt here. The brand is Core 365. It is 100% 100% polyester, excuse me. The very first thing is lint roll, because same thing, every little piece of dust and hair will show if you heat press with it on there. It'll basically embed that dust into the fibers, just like how sublimation embeds the ink in. It will embed dust and fuzz and whatever is on your shirt. And I'm just going to pre-press this for about 10 seconds to get the moisture out. So a little trick that I do to make sure that my images on my shirt are even, I will fold it and I'll find the seams. I'll fold it shoulder to shoulder, neck to neck, and then work my way all the way down until I have it right in half. Then armpit to armpit. And then all the way down. Sorry. Just had to straighten it out. And I'm just going to give it a quick little press to make that seam visible. So can you see it on the camera? There's a seam that goes down right here. You want everything laying nice and flat. And then we take our image and just fold it in half and crease at the top and bottom. Sometimes it's easier if you hold it up to the light to see through the paper. And I usually do it about 3 fingers from the neckline. And then just line up the folds. Where am I? Line up the folds in your paper to the seam on your shirt. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit because I left a lot of space at the top. Right about there. What I haven't mentioned, if you're new to sublimation or if you just didn't know, I don't cut around my images. I tear around my images, which exposes the paper fibers, which decreases your chance of getting any press lines. Because you don't need a lot of pressure with sublimation at all. So definitely lower your pressure and tear your paper. And if you do get any press lines, you can vigorously shake the shirt out, and that should help. Or you can roll over the press lines while it's still hot with your lint roller. And because this is a super thin shirt, I'm actually going to put another piece of protective paper inside. Just cut this down a little bit. Because I don't want my image going through the back of the shirt. So I'm just going to slide that in there. All seams off as much as I can. And I'm going to lower my pressure from the last one I had. And don't forget your protective paper on top. And then I have it still set to 395 for 60 seconds. I do 395 because my heat press runs a little hot, especially if I have it going for a while. But a good rule of thumb is to do some tests before you actually make things for customers or even your family. Do a few tests, have a practice shirt, and see what temperatures and times work best for your machine. They're all different. Okay, it's been 60 seconds. I'm gonna open it slowly. The faster you open it, the more probability you might have ghosting if you didn't tape it down well. So open your press slow and remove your paper slow. Same concept. Nice, very nice. There's some good ink release. The blue is nice and dark. This is just like my logo. I actually created this because I don't have a shirt for myself. So I thought this would be a good opportunity. I'm really happy with it and I can't wait to wear it. And I don't know if you noticed through this, I never reused butcher paper. Because if you go to reuse it and there's ink on it, you can transfer it to your next project. So always fresh butcher paper and over tape. And these small extra costs can save you from redoing an entire project.